poem to my mom. Imagine the mom who's been her whole life starting to gain short her memory. Feels she can no longer remember one thing. Frustrating for my mom. Crashed, hit her like a freight train. My mom loves her, and it hurts to see this one change into someone else. She watches her dad take care of this lady, wondering how much longer she can spend before she forgets her, with every time she comes over being the moment of truth. But with her acceptance, she stuck to it. My mom keeps her laughter. Laughing keeps her heart light. My dad loves too, as does my sister. Having family to laugh with helps keep spirits up. The disease of dementia is a heavy load. It tries to rob my mom of her laughter, energy, optimism, and it tries to rob my mother of her energy, optimism, and laughter that lightens the load. Thank you, Mom, for doing the best you can to continue with your life and being resilient.
Hi, my name is Amaya Nicole. I dedicate this poem to my mom. This poem is entitled, My Mother Is. Independence. My mother is, thrown in the very dirt. Nothing was the description of herself in her mind. Blind to her own actions, fueled by the anger surrounding her. She had a voice deaf to her own words. Her testimony is quiet, almost soundless. Faith. My mother is a faithful servant to the Lord, which makes her an even better mother. My mother is not only scared of her childish fears, but strong enough to overcome them each and every day. My mother is the words on the tip of your tongue waiting to come out. My mother is strong. Purpose. My mother is the difference between love and hate. My mother is captivated by her most everlasting life, bound by the way she got left behind. My mother is a scent from the past that you smell for no apparent reason. My mother is a warrior. Stevie May. At age 5 to 14, she was beat. Life was crumbling like a piece of paper in front of her. While it hurt so bad, she continued. Agony surrounding her home. Her mother didn't notice or think enough to care. She thought it would... My mother moved in with her father at age 16. She thought it would be better for her, but it was like a million pounds on her shoulders. Her father, who she watched drink himself to death, wasn't the man he used to be. She had to face that. By the time she was 19, she had 2 beautiful girls. Purpose, independence, faith. Characteristics that describe my mother. Maya Angelou once said, "We delight the beauty of a butterfly, but not the way that they work to become so beautiful." That is my mother, a beautiful butterfly who fought to become beautiful again. Thank you, Mother, for showing me how to be beautiful and fight for what I want to be. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Cave Espinoza, and I'll be dedicating this poem to my mom. Abuse and poverty is what my mom has gone through in her life. Strong purpose, strong social support system, and personal responsibility are attributes of my mom, Eva Olson. The crackle and pops are not familiar. What's that the smell of? That's the smell of a fire. Her stepdad had fallen asleep with a cigarette in his mouth. Just imagine a monstrous fire tearing apart everything you owned and loved. I was not there or alive, but I could just know that her heart was on fire just like that house. Thinking something like that would never happen again. Think again. Another fire. Her brother and sister had started another fire. Had to start over 2 times in her life, everything gone twice. Hard times starting over, getting bullied in school, and abused at home, difficulties, depression, devastation. She could have given up on life, not trying anymore, because she probably thought that the same thing kept happening over and over a million times. But she did not give up on life because she had resilience. Not on her own, though. Her great friend Michaela and her mom, and also Mrs. Goth, her 4th grade teacher, helped her get through these hard times. Years later, working at a job, working so hard, not sleeping for 3 days one time. That is personal responsibility, making sure to do good at that job and not failing. Like Abraham Lincoln said once, I will prepare someday, and my chance will come. Mom, you've inspired me to work really hard and not give up just like you did. Because if you can go through all that and succeed, so can anyone else.
My name is Lauren Fullington. I would like to dedicate this poem to Vicky Sisk. Tears, just one of the things that came upon my Nana and her family. What happened was very unexpected. The house she had lived in for 20 years and the home that we remember from our younger childhood burnt to the ground. It happened as random as a storm on a sunny day. Boom, the disaster hit hard. The flames were running up and down the house, wood falling and the grass burning black, the devastating smoke filling the air around it. Mixed emotions were running around in everyone, feeling scared, terrible, but my Nana was glad to know that my Papa was safe. Vicky Sisk is a very resilient person, knowing that God would protect them. Her faith was a rock, stronger than anything. She prayed to the Lord that everything would be okay. Strong social support system was a big thing in this disaster. My Nana's family was always there for her. As Anne Frank once said, "In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart." She fought hard at the emotions and hurt. She was able to overcome it using prayer and the love of her family, even though she never expected this in a million years. A house fire is hard, to lose everything you own. Everything went up in ashes. Pictures, a lot of pictures were gone. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. But everything started to get better. They were able to find a place to stay, a place where they could be safe. After the fire, fighting against the fire of hurt was easy with faith. My Nana told me, if you hang on to things, there is no guarantee they will be there forever. Take what you have and share it. Things started to look up. Happiness began to rise and come back. My Nana had acceptance. She accepted that disasters are a part of life, that these kind of things happen. I miss that house so much, as did the rest of my family, but my Nana got through it. She'd stayed strong and has inspired me to always stay strong, even when something this hard has happened. Always try hard and stand up strong, for even this pain won't last very long. Their new house is being built. Excitement is building up inside for the new wonderful house. My Nana has lost a lot of things, but memories are not one of those things. Thank you, Nana. I love you so much, and your inspiration has sent me soaring and ready into the growing up of life.
Hi, my name is Bianca Gomez, and I would like to dedicate this poem to my grandpa. Fighter, one of the strongest people I know. At 15 years old, my grandpa Francisco made a huge decision to come to America with nothing but what was on his back. He used his initiative to do what he had to for his family. Coming to America meant sacrifice. Sacrifice to his own well-being, sacrifice for his time, his money, everything he ever had. Sleeping on the streets, having nowhere to go. No one to depend on. He kept his faith. No matter how harsh the calluses on his hands were, or how miserable the heat steaming his body was, he did what he could to keep working for his family. Being flexible was key for surviving, sometimes going 2 weeks without eating. He was like a diamond, unbreakable. Like Martin Luther King, my grandpa had a dream for his future. As Stitch once said, Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. When he was under the weather, he kept going. This future he had in mind was just screaming his name. Disappointments, destruction, defeat. Nothing was going to get in his way. Time going by. Each second that went by meant one step closer to accomplishing everything he ever wanted. He thrived so hard you could see the drive in his eyes. I want to thank my grandpa. Thank you for working so hard to get here today. Without you, I wouldn't be here. Every move you made led us here today. Thank you.
Are you going to hold it or? No, I'm just just kind of adjust it that way.
Okay. My name is Riley Haxton, and I'd like to dedicate this poem to Alejandro. Initiative, determination, sense of humor. These are attributes that Alejandro uses in his everyday life. When he was young, he lived in Belize, where poverty attacked daily. At school, they had to use the same notebook paper until it was unusable, pencils until they disappeared through his fingers. Walking to school, sometimes through the woods, hunting, fishing, working hard, putting money and food on the table. His dad started learning how to build houses. For them to build their house, it took not 10, not 13, but 15 years. They started working for a contractor, working until exhausted, hammering hard on hardwood. Bam, bam, bam. Making about $35 a day, eventually his hard work paid off. Alejandro got a working visa to come to America. America was his new life. Opportunities knocked at his door. He came straight to Branson, where he works 80 hours a week. He worked hard to follow his dream. 2015, a U.S. citizen. Now he works in America and has a store in Belize, where he sells items he buys from here. Every dollar goes to that store. Thank you, Alejandro, for teaching me that anything is possible as long as you work hard and respect others. To have a good attitude when things are bad, and to show loyalty to the people that have shown loyalty to you. You've shown people that it is possible to come from eating monkey soup to living your dream. You inspire people to work hard and live their dreams. As Bruce Lee said, do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one.
Hi, my name is Tatum Halbrook, and I would like to dedicate this poem to my mom. Acceptance, Independence, Initiative. All words that describe my mom. Jamie Halbrook, mother of 4, already had a hard job, with a love for taking her kids to school every morning and watching them play sports every evening. Pow! My mom was hit with the news. She was going to have to switch jobs. She had a choice, to get up at the same time and not be able to watch us play sports, or she could get up long before dawn and load boxes into a truck. Like Steve Jobs said, do you want to spend the rest of your life selling sugared water? Or do you want a chance to change the world? My mom had a choice, just like Steve Jobs did. And they both chose the hard way to be with their families. Now loading big brown boxes that feel like 300 tons every day, 5 days a week to take care of her family. My mom works like a dog, and not many people appreciate it. When she gets up at 3, she is a ghost, not saying anything. She wakes up after no sleep at all and goes to work. Thank you, Mom, for being a wonderful mom and not giving up. Love you.
Death. Death is something most all of us will go through.
Shall we kind of touch the little silver connection down there, or maybe a little short? So, try it. There you go.
Oh, okay. Death. Death is something most all of us will go through, with it either being someone you care about or not. But we can all get through it. My father, Joe Lowe, got through it with optimistic faith and a strong social support system. He was in the military for 4 years. When he turned 19, he got a call that his mother was dead. He was crushed as a hammer into a nail. Sadness, loneliness, even heartbroken. Crushed, crushed. His heart has been crushed into a million pieces. His grief strangled him. But Joe had to juggle through it. As Christopher Reeve once said, a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. He was once as lonely as a cloud. He had hardship in his life. But he pulled himself back together. Back. He went back to the military. It helped. It distracted. It kept him busy. But Dad, you've taught me so much. You've taught me to, when I'm going through something, to have a good support system. Thank you so much for all you've done for your family and me.
Excellent.
Hi, my name is Nick Molnick, and I'm dedicating this poem to Rose Molnick. Homelessness. It can sneak right up on us like a snake in the grass.